What's poppin', everybody? J Legend Battle Rap Opinions. Thank you all for rocking with me. If you haven't subscribed, it's a great time to do so. I'm not too far away from 1,000, but yet I'm far away. Subscribers, you know what I'm saying? I need to hit that plateau in order to be able to go live on my mobile device. I can do so from my laptop, but that camera is horrible. And yeah, so anyway, going live is just a different experience because you get to interact with everybody. So that's why I like going live. Going live better. And wherever you at, you just go, boom, and connect with everybody. So it's dope. So today we talking about some tweets that Tay Roc had posted. And I want to give my opinions. It wasn't just a tweet, it was a poll attached to it. So we're gonna get into the tweet and everything. I want to give my opinion on it. So the original tweet was from Tay Roc, was rock versus blank at band or volume type setting. I told Smack 2 randoms this year. I'll do another poll tomorrow. So I'm gonna read both polls that were posted. Now, he had another tweet afterwards, well, the next day or so, that I didn't screen capture, but we will get into that anyway. So the first poll he had up had Jerry West, Franchise, Glue Easy, and Mike P. So I'm gonna go from the lowest to the highest, and then I'm gonna also tell you guys who it is I voted for. So at 18% was Glue Easy. They recently had, even though they're cool with each other, they recently have some history based on something that happened where supposedly Glue Easy smacked a blunt out of Tay Roc's hand. So they have history based off that. I personally voted for Glue Easy, and the reason why is not only because of that history, but Glue Easy has a lot of personality. I think that he can, and Glue Easy got bars, but I think he'll bring a whole other element to the battle, entertainment-wise. I think he can create a dope element, and in terms of him battling Tay Roc, I just like the style, you know, how the styles would match up. 20% was Franchise. I think it's cool. You know, I think it's cool for Franchise to get such a battle, you know, up and coming guy out of Canada. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I didn't vote for that is, like I explained, I just think that Glue Easy would have been a better matchup. So Franchise had 20% of the vote. 27% of the vote went to Jerry West. Now I really like this matchup. If that was to happen. Clearly he's not leading on a poll. Mind you, these polls were closed already. But seeing the matchup of Tay Roc versus Jerry West, I think Jerry West has showmanship, but he has bars, man. He has bars, and I think that as time goes on, seeing him on the URL stage, that man's confidence is only getting, you know, more and more up there. So I would love to see that matchup, but again, I voted for Glue. And the winner of that poll, excuse me, all that noise you hear in the background, I'm doing laundry and shit. The winner of that poll ended up being Mike P with 35% of the votes. Now, I have no problem with that matchup because, again, Mike P is one of them guys who has bars, too. Everyone on this list has bars. I don't think this list could be questioned on whether these dudes got bars or whether they match their style matches well against Tay Roc's. I think all of their matchups would be a dope, you know, a dope battle to set up. The reason why this whole thing is so difficult is because I'll keep it real. I haven't seen a lot of Franchise battles, but the rest of these guys, I really like watching their battles. And Mike P is another guy who doesn't get the respect I feel he deserves. I feel like Mike P has been nothing but very good to great every time he's hit the URL stage. I would like to see more of Mike P. I don't know if he battles on other leagues. I never see that, you know. But I think Mike P is another guy who needs to get out there more, you know. And a battle against Tay Roc would do great for any one of these guys, but especially Mike P. So the second poll was, again, we're going from the lowest percentage up. We have a tie for the lowest percentage on this one, but the Saga at 14%. Honestly, would it be this would be a dope matchup for the saga in terms of the look. But I personally, I just don't. I wouldn't. I would watch the battle. I wouldn't call for the battle. The Saga's been phenomenal. His last few appearances too. Banned against Snake Eyes. He had another battle that's not coming to mind right now, where he did very good. And this is not a swipe at the Saga. I think the Saga is good, but I'm not checking for that. But I'm not, I'm not saying, yo, hey, that battle has to happen. You understand what I'm saying? It would be a dope look for him, and I will watch, but it's not something I'm calling for. Tied at 40% was Tay Roc versus Big T. Big T has been great his last few performances after having, before that, I want to say, prior to maybe the JC battle, prior to that, we weren't sure what was the hell was happening with Big T. I think he did great against Oops, but before that, the footage and the battles that was dropping to his, we wasn't getting the best Big T. And I know he would argue that point, but we just really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was very good against Oops. But in this battle versus Tay Roc, if that was to happen, that's something based on veterans versus veterans. I think it will be a cool battle, but I won't lie. I salute Big T, but I would have Tay Roc on a clear victory there. I just think that where Tay Roc is in the game right now, any given night, he can destroy anybody. And while I think Big T can make it entertaining, but that's just more like a vet versus vet kind of thing, which is nothing wrong with it. I would watch the battle, but I'm not calling for it. At 18% is Chilla Jones. Now, I really think this is an interesting matchup. It wouldn't happen in recent times because Chilla Jones, the champion, the king of the dot. Tay Roc is the face, so to speak, of URL. I don't think that, to me, that's not up for debate. I think Tay Roc is the face of URL. Others might feel differently. But I think for that reason, this battle wouldn't happen anytime soon. But I think it's an interesting battle. I think it would push Tay Roc to write more intricately. That might not make sense to some of y'all, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some of y'all might love Tay Roc's style so much to the point you feel like, nah, he don't have to adjust anything. I'm not saying he has to adjust anything. I'm saying I could see Tay Roc seeing what Chilla brings to the table and say, hey, you know what? I want to try something a little bit different. I want to be a little more intricate here. And I think it will make for a dope Tay Roc. It's a dope challenge. And Chilla is the guy. Chilla makes a lot of people have to step up and be a little more intricate with their writing and stuff like that. So that's why I think it will be phenomenal. But at an overwhelming 54% on this list, and who also got my vote, Jack Boy Maine. Jack Boy got 54% on this poll. But overall, on both polls, the next person up was Mike P at 35%. You know what I'm saying? So you do the math on that. Like Jack Boy smoked everybody on these polls. Again, these polls are final. Jack Boy smoked everybody. Now that is an entertaining battle right there. That is a battle that's absolutely phenomenal. The matchup, the energy, the fucking energy that will be coming off that stage will be crazy. Performance, bars, aggression, phenomenal. And it will be even more dope because it's Tay Roc actually giving someone like a Jack Boy who's just waiting for the moment. You understand? Like, people aren't giving him, well, not people. He's on URL pretty much. Like, he battles in smaller leagues. But you gotta understand the smaller leagues can't afford to put together a battle like him and Tay Roc. It's just not gonna happen. But regardless of the setting, because remember, this setting is based on the band setting, and he's talking about the band and smack settings. So that's where these battles would take place in. And I just think in a small setting like that, especially we've seen Jack Boy recently in small settings, be absolutely phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So with me, I'm looking at it. If I saw Jack Boy Maine on versus Tay Roc in a small room or on the big stage, I feel like this battle will be explosive no matter what. Just the styles, man. This would be absolute. This is battle right here. This is a battle right here. Like, we're gonna see a battle. Like, these dudes are gonna, you know, all the way. I believe that you can, that they'll bring all the elements of battle rap out. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's just the pen, the performance, whether it's the gun bars, whether it's schemes, whether it's comedy. You know, I just think that this would be the battle. Like, this would be a phenomenal thing. I would love to see this on Summer Madness stage, to be honest. But a small room setting is also dope because you get to hear more of the bars, you know, and these guys get to rap more through. Even though lately, small room settings, people still fucking, you know, oohing and ahhing through a setup. You know what I'm saying? But it would just be crazy. It would just be crazy. Now, here's the issue with this. After Tay Roc did all this tweeting and stuff, I forgot who it was, but somebody tweeted and another battle rap, I believe, tweeted and said they wanted to do something similar, but that URL can't afford them for that setting. And then Tay Roc goes on to start saying the same thing. Well, URL can't afford me for the setting, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, damn, Tay Roc, like, you just said you would do 2 random, now you're saying they can't afford you for these settings. Like, where's the compromise here? Like, you're the one who put this out. You put this out yourself. Tay Roc is absolutely phenomenal. Regardless of what you think of his last few performances, some people, I think, say it worse than what they were. I think the only one that I thought Goods beat him 3-0 when I watched it. This not a body bag. And when I watched it the second time, I could see that the first round being more debatable. But the point is, people talk down on those performances. I don't see how you talk down on those performances on that. You know what I'm saying? The slip ups and shit against Pat Stay, if I'm not mistaken. You know, people are saying stuff like that, but my thing is, Tay Roc is just a phenomenal, not just as a battle rapper, but like excuse me, let me rephrase that. Not just as some gun bars, as people put it, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with liking that about the dude. But when you really look at it, just the energy and aggression he brings, you know what I'm saying? The never back down attitude with everything. And then here and there, he's bringing you, you know, room shakers that you're going to remember for a long time. We're going to remember the seatbelt line. Like, we're going to remember that. So imagine him against any of these guys on the list. I just don't see how any of these are bad battles. I don't think any of them are bad battles. I think they're all very good battles, and I would love to see them. But to be honest, if I had to put both polls together and really vote, I think I'm voting for Jack Boy over all of them anyway. You know? And there's 8 people on this list. And I would vote for Jack over all of them. But none of these matchups are bad matchups. And if they ever happen, yo, I'm with it. I'm with it. You can take my money. I'm just confused at the whole, you said you told Smack this, and now saying that they can't afford you for it. It just kind of, you know, as a supporter and as somebody who's hyped after seeing you, Tay Roc, post this stuff, I'm hyped. You had me hyped up and ready to go, man. And to see you say they can't afford you, I'm just like, damn, like, how you gonna do us like that? You know, but hey, maybe he just did this as a hypothetical thing. You know, if he did it like that, I wouldn't read too much into it. But the fact that he said he told Smack that and he tagged Smack on it, that made me, you know, think it was a little more concrete of a thing. So, you know, I hope it happens. I'm a battle rap supporter. I want to see it. I think these lists are great. If you guys had a vote, if you didn't vote on this poll, if you did, tell me who you voted for. But if you didn't vote, still tell me who you voted for, or who you would have put in that list. Who you would have put on that poll. And again, you know, the top 2 guys was Mike P with 35%, and then Jack Boy with 54%. That's just crazy. That's just phenomenal. And then Tay Roc tweeted and he said, "Yo, you know, all these guys started way before Jack Boy, and Jack Boy's blowing everybody out the water in terms of the votes," which is the truth, man. So anyway, hopefully we get to see that battle. That would be dope on a Smack or a Band. Personally, Band is pretty much become, you know, the same thing as a Smack value. You know what I'm saying? To me, there hasn't been much of a difference. So, you know, because on the Smack volumes and on the Bands now, we're hearing a lot of the crowd interruptions, cheering and going crazy. You know, sometimes gassing bars. That's just the truth. But yeah, I like to see this on Smack Value. But again, I think that matchup is more suited. It's good for a small room, but I would love to see it on a bigger stage. I just think that it would be phenomenal. All right. Thank you for rocking with me. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the alert bell. Get all the alerts. Help me get up to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. If you rock with myself and if you have not seen us in the Union episodes together, that is me, DME Detroit, and Visual Battle Rap Boutique. Subscribe to their channels, but go check out our channel together. We've had that Union channel probably 2 months now. I feel like we should have had more subscribers, being that a lot of y'all watches and loved the dynamic between the three of us. We got to get them subscribers up over there. You know, the link will be in the description for you to be able to go check out that channel, A. And B, we check out our merch. The link is in the description for that as well. Go get the hoodies, go get the t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? I am working on a newer design. I know you guys have heard me say that the last few vlogs, but I've just been super busy, and I'm just trying to get it right. I had a design that I looked at. I didn't like the way it looked when we changed the colors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working on something else. All right. Thank you all for rocking with me. I appreciate you more than you know. Salute.